Hi guys. Hope everybody's doing okay. Getting halfway through the week. So I wanted to talk a little bit about Dawn's discussion. Um, kind of a little bit how artists took this to the next level. So Dawn was talking about how they started with screens and tubes and ended up with this finished product that they were all excited about. And how much work went into just making the system work. And talking about the creativity behind it and how artists took the initiative to make a change and be like, you know what, let's take this to the next level, and how those aesthetic changes possibly alter the course of media. I think it's important to look at it as an artist, really. Look at Magritte. Magritte did This Is Not a Pipe, showing a picture of a pipe, taking something purposeful, putting it on a piece of paper and being like, hey, guess what? That's not what it is. And then you have Duchamp, who takes this urinal, turns it upside down and said, hey, it's a fountain. And it makes it so art is not so much about, it's not about the aesthetics. It's not about what looks pretty. It's about, hey, this is a functioning piece of equipment I'm going to misconstrue, and you're going to appreciate it. There are also people like Richard Serra who create these massive works, put them in the middle of a huge and busy runway, and cause an obstruction, make people angry. He gets reactions, but it's technically a functional piece of architecture. It stands erect, serves a purpose almost in delineating traffic, but mostly it gets in people's way. But he's like, hey, guess what? I did something and you're going to pay attention to me. So I think sometimes it's not necessarily about an artist took the initiative to be like, hey, let's make something creative out of it. There is art in what we consider machinery, what we consider basic building blocks, whether it's a wall in architecture or a plumbing piece. There can be something beautiful about it. And beautiful is kind of a rough word to use with art because everyone has their own idea of what beauty is. But everything has potential. You just have to be able to see it, or be able to push it to a level where you can make other people see it. I think when it comes to media and technology, it's a field where so many people are so interested in it. It's like, okay, this is what people say is the future. It's so expensive. What is it actually going to do? That it was an easy thing for someone possibly who had enough money to be like, hey, let's take this and make it accessible to the art world, make it accessible to people's aesthetic sense. Again, it's not just the public who make things popular. It's the critics who are like, you know what, that's a good idea. And all of a sudden, once they say it, people start believing it. And it's like, oh, hey, this is the new art. But it's not necessarily artists made it better. I think it comes into art plays on everything. But it takes an artist to jump in and be like, you know what, I can take this and I can manipulate it, or I can make people think I've manipulated it. So they can see art, so they can see the future, so they can see progress. And I think part of this course, as we're looking at media archaeology, past, present, and future, it's not just about technology. I mean, we're art history majors. It's about the art. It's about seeing the expression and the potential in pretty much everything. I mean, history, we keep building on our previous building blocks, and we keep getting better, and we keep getting stronger. I mean, again, that's up for personal preference there, but there's always a way to advance. And artists have that little bit of creativity that just makes them want to say, hey, I'm not staying in this box. I'm not going to stay here. And while scientists are trying to advance, there's not something necessarily that's there to say, hey, I just want to break all the rules. Scientists like rules. It's formulaic. And there's ways to move forward, but you have to follow the rules. There are a lot of artists who are like, I see all these rules, and guess what? I don't want to follow any of them. Just because. And I think sometimes it's that daring, that exploration, even in something simple and physical, aesthetic, or visual, but that makes us kind of view the world and technology in a different way. All right. Thank you guys. Talk to you later. Bye.